SportsBit is powered by BetOnline, driving the opening odds market since 2001. Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A+ rated platform in the link below.
Monday, January 22nd, recorded from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's SportsBit. Betting insight today from SBRpicks.com. Let's get right into it. Normally, every show to open, we do a segment called BBBBBB. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Today, throwing that in the can. Why? Because we're calling it the Super Bowl OLR, baby. Opening line report. We have teams, we have lines, we have a lot to discuss. As we do always, well, let's take a look and think about what happened in the playoffs so far. Another day for the dogs. The Patriots, minus 13 over the Titans. The only favorite in 10 NFL playoff games to clearly cover. You can grade the Vikings Saints as a push. You can grade it as a loss. That game closed 5.5. Basically, dogs 9-1, favorites 1-9 against the spread in the postseason. You can grade it 8-1-1 or 1-8-1. The bottom line is it's been an underdog playoff season. That was most assuredly the case again this past Sunday. Super Bowl line itself, Pinnacle. Well, they opened 6.5, got bet down to 5.5. Westgate in Nevada, they opened at 5.5 and 47.5. Stayed steady for about an hour. Then we saw some over money. We saw Bet Online lock in at the 6.5 and then get bet down. The look-ahead line here, by the way, was 7 for a Patriots-Eagles matchup. But obviously with New England not covering, with Philly dominating, that 7 wasn't going to hold. And we didn't even see it when it came to the openers. And here's a great tweet from Todd Furman. Goes around book after book talking about where the lines open. Bet Online, 5.5 and 48. Bookmaker, 5.5, 48.5. Pinnacle, 5.5 and 48. Win Las Vegas, 6 and 47.5. That'll be Superbook, 5.5 and 48. Currently, we're going to call it Patriots, 5.5 and 48 over the Eagles. That's the, quote, my, quote, quote, official opening number. Now, that's worth noting. We're going to throw some tweets. Let's get one from me up there from yesterday at Teddy_covers. The Panthers lost to the Broncos. 49ers lost to the Ravens. The Colts lost to the Saints. The Steelers beat the Cardinals, but not by enough. And the G-Men upset the 18-0 Pats. Last 5 Super Bowl favorites of more than a field goal have not fared well. That's 1-4 straight up, 0-5 against the spread. It has not been a good run for favorites in the Super Bowl. But, of course, most favorites have been facing a backup quarterback. The 2 NFL games from yesterday, New England closed 7.5, 45.5 against Jacksonville. You know, the Pats got the win. The Jags got the cover. So, what was it? Was it Brady and Belichick? Was it Danny Amendola with 2 great catches in the end zone? Or was it the refs and the special teams? You can make a good argument for either side. Certainly the Brady offense, the Belichick defense, they're going to get credit from the media. Amendola is going to get some love, as he should. A couple of great grabs in the end zone to win the game. But when you look at the real factors behind the hype, well, the Patriots special teams forced Jacksonville to start 3 drives at their 10-yard line or worse in the second half. That was huge in the ballgame. Winning the field position war, New England special teams mattered. And, of course, the penalty discrepancy. And we have to talk about it because it was real. You know, the last time a team in the postseason got called for only 1 penalty, well, it was the New England Patriots when they faced the Ravens at home 6 years ago, which speaks volumes about the type of calls New England gets. And, of course, when you talk about plays that mattered, how big was the completely phantom pass interference call before halftime to set up the Patriots touchdown? Huge difference there between 14-3 and 14-10 versus that defense. Pats got the calls. Pats got the win. Pats did not get the money. Of course, when it came to Minnesota and Philadelphia, there was no drama there. Plenty of drama for Jags, Patriots, both side and total. When it came to Minnesota, Philly, well, there was a little bit of drama with the total. Very little. Basically, it was Philly and over from the get-go. And we're talking about a game for the ages from Nick Foles. Nick Foles had a better postseason game than Tom Brady or basically anybody else this century has done. You look at the numbers from NFL Research, the tweet. Since 2000, 4 quarterbacks with 300-plus passing yards, 3-plus passing touchdowns, and 0 interceptions in the conference championship game. Yeah, Brady, Manning, Matt Ryan, and there's Nick Foles. I mean, of all the stats, Nick Foles, the Philly going 10 of 14 on third downs. The Vikings, they were number 1 in the NFL on third down defense this season. In fact, they were number 1 in the NFL with the best third down conversion rate of any team on defense since 1991. 25.2% of third down conversions allowed this season, and Nick Foles carved them up. 10 of 14 on third. It was 9 for 11 at one point before the game was complete garbage time. Again and again, the Vikings could not get that defense off the field, and Nick Foles, second half of that ballgame, 11 for 11, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, both a perfect passer rating and a perfect QBR. That's the first time someone has done that on 10 or more attempts in the second half of a game in any game in more than 5 years. We got the good Nick Foles on Sunday. The good Nick Foles is taking the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl to face these New England Patriots. I got to do it. I know you don't want to hear it. I don't care. I have to do it because it's an important public service announcement on the week leading up to Super Bowl, or when the Super Bowl match was announced. All right. Don't bet too much on this one game. Don't be stupid. I have to give you a cautionary tale. It's a personal tale. It is very real. This actually happened. Packers and Broncos. Okay, this is when it wasn't when I was a chump. I was a chump betting for a good portion of the 90s. And in the 90s, I thought I knew what I was doing. And I was managing a bar, and I was working in a bar with a whole bunch of Packer fans. And, a whole bunch of Bronco fans. They didn't like, it was a Detroit versus Green Bay. They did not want the Green Bay Packers to win. So here's the Super Bowl, okay, where Green Bay is laying 11.5 points against the Broncos. And I'm in the bar, and I'm taking pick 'em money. I'm basically pick 'em who's going to win the game, making bet after bet after bet, where I'm getting 12 points the best of it. And I don't care. I'm like, I don't care. This is a 12-point line. You want to pick 'em? Sure. You guys can have Denver all you want. Knock yourself out and taking another bet. And, oh, you sucker. Sure. And lo and behold, Denver became the first double-digit underdog to win the Super Bowl since Super Bowl IV. I thought I was expecting to get this John Elway. The John Elway that had been crushed in each of his 3 previous Super Bowl appearances and was now facing Brett Favre in his prime. That was the John Elway I was expecting to get. The John Elway that every time was walking off the field like this. Instead, I got the helicopter dive John Elway. Favre sucked, and the Packers couldn't stop Terrell Davis all evening long. And I basically spent the next 2 months working to pay off my bets. And that sucks. You're not in action. You're paying off gambling debts. It's the frickin' worst. Don't do it. Bet with your head, not over it. Even great positive expectation situations can blow up in your face. Just one game. I have to give you the cautionary tale. It is a Super Bowl. We're all going to bet on it. We're all going to bet probably a little bit more than we should. Make sure it's only a little bit more than you should. Please don't put yourself in a really tough spot if what you thought was going to happen doesn't happen on Super Bowl Sunday. Big game breakdown coming up next. What do we got? 2 from the association, 1 from the college ranks. Stay tuned right here on Sportsbet Betting Insight today.
We're starting in 5 minutes, boys.
Okay, thanks, Monma. Really excited for the show today. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Whoa, look at this. Jimmy the Bag, a message from Gabe Morency. I wonder what this could all be about. Let's take a look at this, Jim.
What's up, Pete? I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is I'm coming to San Jose, Costa Rica. We're going to be kicking it live. It's going to be an awesome betcast, Super Bowl 52. The bad news is if I don't do well on the tables, I might have to borrow a couple of bucks and I might have to sleep on your couch. But either way, we're going to tear it apart, man. Super Bowl 52, live from Costa Rica. See you there, Pete.
Jimmy the Bag. Gabe Morency is going to be joining us for our Super Bowl podcast. This is scary and exciting at the same time. Jimmy the Bag, what do you think? Are you looking forward to this?
Very much so, man. It's not a party unless Gabe Morency's down here.
You think you can handle hanging? You think you can survive an entire Super Bowl in the same room with Gabe Morency?
Super Bowl day's the only day you're allowed to get day drunk. You're allowed to get all fucked up. It's part of the fucking celebration.
I just had a brainstorm. You know what would be a great idea is if Donnie Rightside came down here too. You think he'd be willing to come down? I don't know.
Check this shit out. I'm way ahead of you, Pete.
No way.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm in. Send me down there. Costa Rica, let's do it. February 4th, Super Bowl Sunday, live betcast. We'll be there before, during, and after the game, breaking it all down. Let's win some money.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to have a full house for the Super Bowl Betcast, the official SBR Super Bowl Betcast. There's going to be Jimmy, me, and Donnie, and Gabe, all powered by BetOnline, and it's going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Super Bowl Sunday, February 4th. Jimmy the Bag, are you psyched?
Psyched, man. Let's get that cash.
Sportsbook Review's Super Bowl Betcast is brought to you by BetOnline.